going on, guys? Sanity Productions here, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial. I haven't done one of these in a while. In a very long while, mind you. And today I'm going to be doing a tutorial that someone actually asked for on one of my most recent videos. And that was the cloth tutorial thing, the cloth effect thing I did for my test for like future animations that I'm going to do. So first of all, I'm not going to run you through how to use Blender. If you don't know how to use Blender, don't ask me. I'm very bad at instructions. When it comes to basic things, just look up Blender Guru. He makes an amazing tutorial how to use Blender. I'm just going to show you how to, you know, do things. So first of all, oh, you can't see this, can you? What I've got open here, you can't see it, is a thing called like append. You could also do file append. Oh no, file append. And then what you want to do is you want to find your rig that you have. What you want to do is you want to go to whatever model you have. I'm going to be using the far rig because in my opinion, best rig. So I'm going to need to go to models, human rigs. Now once you're on your rig of your choice, click it, go into object, and then grab it all. You can either drag and select and keep going down to grab it all, or you can do what I do, which is grab the first one, hold shift, go to the bottom, press shift, you've got it all. So now you've got your rig imported. I'm going to do this. Now, as you can see, what you're gonna need is with your skin that you have. You see how, like, if I click here, it's got two things. That second layer is going to be the overlay. So, for example, like the second layer on a skin. So, what you're gonna need to have is for the body. Let's say you want the cloth on the body, which is what we're gonna go for. You need a skin with the cloth, skin with the overlay. Now, this is the same rig I used before. Now, as you can see, they're two separate layers. Now, with the skin, this is the body, and that is the overlay. Hopefully you got what I mean now. Now, what you want to do, so you have the, cloth, is first of all, if you're using the far rig, you might notice that it does this. This is because there's a control called woman torso. Yeah, I'm not sure how to get rid of that, but that doesn't really matter, because as long as you can kind of roughly see what you're doing, then it doesn't matter. Plus, if you really need to have a look, you can go into here to see which ones are which. Up here, what you want to do is edit mode and go into the face select. Select all the faces. So all these faces, so all these empty squares, like this. You want to grab all these and you want to delete them. Yeah, I think that's all my faces. So once you've done that, you want to delete faces. Select, and if it's not already done, you might be able to notice it's sort of curving. What you want to do is you want to grab every single piece of face, go into properties, and change this mean crease to 1. Now you've done that. Now everything should be like this. So once you've done that, what you want to do is you want to add the cloth. So what you want to do is you want to go into the modifier tab, the wrench, go to add modifier, cloth. Alright. So once you've added that, then what you want to do to make sure it does not move whatsoever, so it stays on the thing, it doesn't mess around and like go through the body. You want to select the body, and you want to add a modifier called collision, which will stop it from pretty much like doing that, pretty much. Also, I'm going to quickly turn on simplify so my PC doesn't die. Simplify 0. So it may make it look a bit worse, but I don't care at the moment. And you also want to do that for the arms as well. You also want to add collision for the arms as well. For the inner arms though, unless you've got like outlines for the unless you've got like an outline here for the skin that you want to cloth, you do the exact same thing here. But you want to add solidify to the inner arms. You don't have to add solidify to the collision. You don't have to add collision to the legs. I don't. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really affect much. But if you feel like you need to, you can add collision to these. Now, so what you've got now is you've got cloth on this. Now, what can happen? Well, if Blender doesn't crash, as you can see, it all glitches out. Alright? So, one thing you want to do to make sure it doesn't glitch out is you want to go into the green triangle thing. And what you want to do is you want to add a new group, or a new vertex group. Once you've created this, what you do is if I go into edit mode, and then let me deselect all. So if I select group, as you can see, nothing gets selected, even though when I select body, everything gets selected. So what you're going to want to do is you want to go to group, right? And there's a trick called pinning. Now, what you do is you grab the inside of these arms, so that bit specifically, and also the inner. This seemed to help a bit, so I'm going to grab this as well. The top of the body as well. That's all inside the head. So all of that needs to get selected. Now once all that's selected, you click Assign. So now that's all assigned. Alright, now if I can remember where to find it. That's why. Now you go into the physics properties, go into cloth. Where is it? Cache, shape. Yeah, you go into shape, pin group, and select body. I'm pretty sure. In fact, no wait, it might be group. Now it shouldn't glitch out as much. Now it'll still glitch out a bit, but that's mainly because I think I've still got simplify on, I think. So this can happen. So the way I fix that is I grab the whole thing and I scale it up a bit. But you have to do it in edit mode, otherwise it wouldn't work. So now as you can see, it's very, very laggy, and it can be glitchy. And that is also because I decided to put collision on this. Since I usually don't, it can mess everything up. Sometimes, I don't know why, it just does. What you want to do is, let's say you've got your full animation done. So let me do this. I lock rock scale. Oh, it's laggy. Is simplify still? Oh, simplify's off, that's why. And then do that. Do that. Do that. Okay, so now we've got this. As you can see, it kind of works, but it is a bit glitchy. Now, a way of doing that is, first of all, you need to turn off Simplify if you want it to look nice. And what you want to do is you want to go into the Physics tab while selecting the cloth material. Now, once you've done this, one thing, in fact, wait, no, let me do a little fix thing to help you. So, you might notice here that it, well, you might not just notice, it's also very laggy. But mainly because Simplify's off. But as you can see, it sort of like glitches out. One thing that I think fixes this slightly is turn on self collisions. Now, it'll still be a bit like glitchy and whatnot. If for some reason it did that, I don't know why. But one thing that can actually help it run smoother is once you've finished it, you go here and you change the end frame to whatever it is. I'm going to change it to 100 so it doesn't have to take as long. 100. And then you change this simulation start, or simulation end, to whatever frame it ended and whatever frame it began. And then you do bake all dynamics. And what you got to do now is you just got to wait for it to bake, which as you can see down here is baking. You won't see any of this happening because you just won't. But once it's baked, you can check the animation. If it doesn't look right, tweak with the cloth physics a tiny bit. Just try not to mess with them too much, otherwise you'll ruin the entire thing like I once did. That was a huge mistake. And I didn't like that mistake. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this to finish. Oh, it's done. I think I just... Oh. That is not normal. I don't know why he's done that. That's not right. Did I forget that? Oh, for God's sake. I forgot that. I think... Yep, no, I forgot. I'm dumb. Meant to delete these as well, because these will mess up a lot as well. Hopefully now it doesn't... Number one, it doesn't take as long. And two, it actually works. Okay, so I'm going to need to delete the bake I already had. Delete bake, bake all dynamics. Now because it's simplified, it's going to take way less time. As you can see, it works. Now it can be very glitchy sometimes. It can start like doing that. Honestly, as long as you do animation properly and you have your character always moving, it shouldn't really be that much of an issue. And plus, this is with Simplify on. If I turn Simplify up to like max subdivisions at 2 or something, it'll still be laggy. That just scares me. So if you want to bake the animation just to see what it looks like with Simplify on, you're gonna have to bake it when Simplify is on. But if you do want to actually, like, you know, have the animation properly done, properly baked and whatnot, you're gonna have to turn Simplify off and then bake it. But yeah, that's pretty much how you do that's pretty much how you do cloth in Blender. And by the way, I didn't learn this by myself. I actually learned this off the AndyBTTF Discord server. I can't remember who it was, but he told me how to do it. I did it, and it worked, and now I'm happy. One thing you can do to make it look a little bit better is you can go into this, and you can add solidify. Wherever the hell that is. Solidify. And you want it to be minus 0.01. So that it's got a little bit of thickness to it. And I would also recommend starting the bake once you've baked it. I recommend, so let me delete. I'd recommend starting simulation at like -5. Let's say you start at frame 1. I recommend starting it at -5. Because then it will actually, you know, look nice. Because it won't do this poof thing. Because if you're looking closely, when it starts, it poofs. Like it jumps out, which I don't want. So I'd recommend starting the bake at that. So let me rebake it, which may take a while. Or it might take 5 seconds, I don't know. See? I started there. At -5. So now it shouldn't have the poof. So it already starts out. Again, like I said before, this tutorial, it's not perfect. I'm not the best with like cloth physics in general, but if you wanted something basic just to sort of like give the a detail of cloth, this is your best bet in my opinion. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this tutorial. I'm never doing one of these again. I can't do tutorials for the life of me. I don't know how I used to be able to do them like a year ago. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video of how to do cloth physics. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord. If you ever have any animation needs that you need help with, I'm usually online on Discord, so you can ask me. Just don't at me. Thank you. Join my Twitter for epic renders that I do sometimes, and also just lol tweets. I don't know. But I shall see you guys next video. Bye!